The most common practice was not even to hang the corpses, but to paint the enemies hanging by their feet.
That is, when the traitor or criminal could not be captured, they would be frescoed, so to speak, on the facade of a building.
Yes, especially in the public palace, especially the traitors indeed, the enemies of the state. You see, when you wanted to show the people that someone was an enemy of the state, a commander who had switched sides, or a politician who had lost and had been exiled, an order was given to have them painted on the palace. They were painted in palaces, hung by their feet, as was understood. And even the Renaissance lords had their enemies depicted in this way. For example, Cosimo the Elder de' Medici exiled all the nobles of the Albizzi and the Strozzi from Florence, but he also kept them in the city, specifically in the form of a fresco hanged by their feet on the old palace. And we know that the painter who created this work was a famous painter of the time, Andrea del Castagno. And Vasari, in his Lives of the Painters, recounts that the people nicknamed Andrea del Castagno Andreino degli Impiccati, which evidently greatly annoyed him.
Are there any frescoes left? Virtual hangings?
No, nothing has remained as far as I know, precisely because they were things that were, how can I put it, very marked by current events. Now, with the changing times and the change of regime, there was no longer any reason to preserve them. However, we can get an idea of what these frescoes were like precisely from the hanged figure in the tarot cards. The tarot cards originated in that era, emerging in the 1400s, and the first decks were made in Milan, among other places, for the Sforza, who were people with many enemies, and willingly had them painted on the facade of the palace, hung by their feet. And so today, it is believed that these tarot cards depict the type of fresco that the people of Milan at the time often had the opportunity to see